Hi guys, it's Lily from Plantas y Más, which in English means plants and more. Anyways, I wanted to record this video to show you what cold damage does to a plant. I have this dieffenbachia outside. I live in Florida, so I keep it outside. But now in the area that I live, there is cold weather happening. So this is what happens with cold weather if you leave tropical plants outside, at least where I live at. See that? Damage to the leaves, that's all cold damage. And over here, same thing, cold damage. And there's several other leaves that look pretty damaged because of that. Tropical plants usually can't stand any temperature below 50 degrees. And I've proven that, at least for myself and where I live at, by the looks of that guy there. So I bought her inside, and I'll keep her in until like maybe March or April, when the weather gets a little better and the temperature doesn't dip as low as is dipping here now. Plants and tropical plants are typically good or okay with temperatures that do not dip between the day and night more than maybe 5 degrees. But for most tropical plants, 50 degrees is about their limit. Usually we notice the damage when it's a little too late, when they show really bad signs of it, and then a lot of the times there's no coming back from that. They'll die on us. So I bought this puppy inside. I also bought in some of my phalaenopsis plants because they don't tolerate cold spells too well, especially if the cold spell is for more than a day. Constantly receiving super cold temperatures at night that could possibly cause a little bit of freeze on them overnight. It's not good for them. It'll burn or kill the plant. So those, I've also bought in some alocasias that I had outside, and I'll keep an eye on my vandas. If I notice something, then I'll bring them in before the night falls and then put them back out in the morning. Alocasias here in Florida, they can survive outside. I don't have mine planted in the ground. They're in pots, and I like their foliage, so I don't like to leave them outside when it gets really cold, because what happens is the roots, or it's I don't even know what the word is. It looks like a bulb type thing, or I forgot the other word that it's used to describe what's underground besides the roots for the alocasias and some philodendrons. Anyways, that piece underground remains alive, but when it gets too cold, the top piece, the piece that we enjoy and love to look at, that burns up and burns like that. Gets cold damage, which burns the leaves, and it all goes away. It dies. It looks like the plant died. So don't get rid of them. If you see that happening on one of your plants that are outside, don't think that you've lost them for good. That piece inside the dirt is alive and well. Just wait for the spring season for it to, and the warm weather to come. It'll start growing its little leaves again, and you'll get to enjoy your beautiful plants again. Like I said, I don't like to see that happening. It makes me sad. So I bring them inside, continue to enjoy the foliage, because the temperatures inside are more regulated, so it keeps them alive. You may lose a leaf or two, but it'll keep growing and developing leaves, etc. And then when the warm weather comes back, I put them back outside. And which other plants? Oh, my African violets I bought in as well. Well, with the exception of one, because it has a little froggy friend living inside of it, and Amphibians freak me out, so I don't want to touch it and move it out of the pot. So I'm gonna leave that one out there. Hopefully it survives here. I mean, it's not like it snows here where I live at, or it gets so horribly cold. Maybe it does. I don't know. I haven't experienced in this area where I live at now. I haven't experienced the cold or the coldest of the cold yet, so I really don't know how bad it gets. I mean, I know it's gotten down to the 30s, so I don't know. We'll see. If it survives, I'll be happy, and if it doesn't, then I have two others that will survive because I bought them inside. So that's all I wanted to show you and talk to you about what happens with a lot of the tropical plants when we grow them outside. I mean, mine I grow in pots. I don't plant them on the ground. I keep them in pots and I keep them on my breezeway and I enjoy them that way. And it's easier to water for me, etc. And see them grow and see them change and all of that stuff. But I do keep a whole bunch of them inside. And many, since I am on a west facing side, my windows or southwest, they get plenty of light coming in, they get the daylight, and also for some I have grow lights which keep them going as well, and I get to enjoy them year round. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up. Have any questions, please write them down below. Subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell to give you notifications when I upload. I'm starting to upload videos both in Spanish and in English. Most of my content currently is in Spanish, but I'm gonna start adding or incorporating English versions of my YouTube, my other plant videos. Moving forward, I'm not gonna go back and try to repeat whatever content I put out already, but moving forward I will try and record a video both in English and in Spanish, and whichever version you prefer to watch, you can watch that. And I thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.